Per brand new reports coming at us in regards to next year's Punisher special, which of course will be a continuation of the Netflix series and the recent events of Daredevil Born Again, it looks like we know exactly when and where they will shoot the Punisher, and also potentially who the star villain of the piece will be. So in case you missed it, we are not getting a full season of The Punisher, we are getting a Marvel special presentation. It's essentially a mini movie. It's gonna be, something between 50 minutes to an hour and 10 reportedly, and it's going to detail what happens with The Punisher after the events of Daredevil Born Again. Now this is after Season 1, because Season 2 is obviously, they've wrapped production on that, or they're wrapping it up, and they still got some post-production and some reshoots that they're going to do. But this is largely going to focus on Frank because he's not in Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Now, the latest updates we've gotten on this are rather good. So the upcoming special will be shooting in New York. Now, it's not just New York City, reportedly, it's New York. So obviously they can use some locations like, homes, for example, for mobs and things like that, and they can use sets that they have around New York and not just be shooting on the streets of New York City, which is rather costly. And the shoot will be happening from mid-July through the first week of August. So roughly 3 to 4 weeks, and that's it. Now, some people are going to be rather concerned. I've already seen this. Guys, a typical episode of a TV series roughly takes 3 weeks to shoot now. About 3 weeks to a month to shoot a special presentation for The Punisher is exactly how it's going to go and the exact timetable that they need. Some people are making this out to be like a full feature film for Disney+. It is not that. This is going to essentially be a more expensive episode of The Punisher. That's what you're getting. But now let's move on to the actual villains of the piece. So there's been reports we could be seeing Barracuda. That's not going to happen. Instead, by the look of it, it's going to be a female crime boss who is simply referred to as Ma, and that she is entwined with a bunch of other crime bosses and crime families around New York, and that these crime families are pretty much at each other's throats, and they're causing life loss and damage to innocent bystanders, so Frank gets, tangled up in their plot. The important thing is, looking at the character in the comics, aka Ma Gunichi, she actually ends up working with the Russians and ends up using the Russian, who was previously seen in Deadpool and Wolverine, but also played by Kevin Nash in the Tom Jane version. So it looks like some version of the Russian is going to make it into this, which again does make a lot of sense. And we're definitely going to be in a mob story, which again, that's the Punisher. So pretty awesome all around. It seems like it's a pretty good basis to introduce people to what Disney wants to do with the Punisher, keep costs down, and, give us Frank Castle doing what Frank does, which is take on the mob. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.